Welcome back to the EDJ Whitetails. This is my dad, Eric, and then I'm Delana. And today we're going to go plant apple trees.
Stay tuned. Welcome to the EDJ Whitetails.
So we've done like apple trees like every Father's Day. It's like become a tradition. We put the apple trees in the water. They've been in there for 2 days. We cut the bags open. And these apple trees were very hard to find at the Fleet Farm or whatever it's called. But we've done this for how many years?
I'm going to say this is the 4th year.
Yeah. And it all started with, I want apple trees or something like that. I don't know. But it just became a thing where we just bring apple trees.
So each year you get me a couple apple trees, right? And then we take them down.
This year we got you 2.
Okay. And then we take them down and we plant apple trees together for our tradition. But yeah, when they got them from the store, my wife Aubrey said that they had a little bit of a tough time finding trees this year because it is late in the season when it comes to Father's Day.
Like, they were like probably this tall in the bag, and then like they looked like they were just torn up and bad.
So you guys had what you had trouble finding is ones that were in good shape.
Yeah, but like there was only 2 left in that box, but then we found another box, and those were the only apples they actually had for those apples.
Okay. What we got here is a Cortland apple and a Macintosh apple. And these trees are discounted, so not only just a Father's Day tradition, you can go to these, your local Fleet Farm, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, your local hardware store, Tyson's, whatever you have local. And this is the time of year you can get clearance trees around this Father's Day time, and you can get them at a reasonable price. Now they might need a little extra care to bring them back to life, and that's, as Delana stated, that's why I've had them in a bucket for a few days here. They gave them to me early, cut the bag open, got them good.
Well, I was trying to hide them from you, and you found them. I
found them when I was mowing lawn. It's become such a tradition, I knew it was coming. So as I come around mowing the lawn the other night, I thought, I'm just going to grab them. We need to get these things a drink. So they've been in the bucket for a couple days, and we're going to take you through today how we plant. And then we haven't been in the land for a while because of all the fawns that we've got darting around. So as you can see there, we have a lot of fawns.
Was there much like for turkey season? There wasn't a lot, I know.
Well, we didn't have much for the turkey deal this year because
we were all busy.
We dealt with a big flood during turkey season too.
Yeah, and
for
we
about
were also moving campers.
Yeah, we switched. We have a cabin up in Prairie du Chien, and we switched places up there, and we got really busy. But the land had also flooded for about 3 weeks of turkey season. It was underwater, so yeah. Delana's not much of a turkey hunter, so
no.
As long as she stays.
Why I don't care about the land. I'm sorry.
So as long as she stays whitetail focused, I'm good with that, right? Okay, which I don't think she's going to lose that desire after the ones she's shot now. So we're going to get
another big one.
We're going to get moving here, and we're going to take you through our Father's Day tradition here on the EDJ Whitetails of apple tree planting and checking out a few cameras. All right, welcome back. We made our way down into the land. As you can see, Dell's swatting. Is it buggy?
Yeah.
It's buggy. We had about an inch of rain last night, overnight, and we had about an inch a couple days ago. So it's getting some moisture down here. We always are blessed with the moisture, but we're always very cautious down here in the river bottom with the moisture as well. I always watch that gauge. But so where we're at, a couple weeks ago, I had done a video planting another apple tree that I had gotten on discount. we're going to be right near that. We're going to try and get a little grove of apple trees going right here south of the food plots. So we're going to start digging. I'm not going to make Delana swat too long here. So
it's already hurting my arm.
I'm already going to make the first hole not too far from where the others are, and we're going to speed through this. So I'm going to get started.
So we dug up the holes. The soil is nice and wet, and then it's like a dark soil, so good nutrients, and it would be really good for apple trees. And it's cutting up the bags right now, and
So,
we're gonna put it in the hole.
Are you panned on to me then, Del?
Yeah.
Okay,
put
so
it on you.
Del's got the camera. This is our Macintosh. These, like I said, were right from Fleet Farm. They're packed with sawdust, so I'm gonna come right in there and hold a lot of moisture like that. And then I'm gonna get rid of the plastic casing. You wanna keep that camera rolling, Del.
I know.
And we'll use that sawdust in there as some mulch as well. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of dirt. Now, Delana, speaking of Father's Day, this is the technique that your papa's dad, my grandpa, would be your great-grandpa, taught your papa how to plant trees. We're gonna take a whole bucket of water, and we're gonna make sure that it has plenty of water to start with. And then we're gonna fill all that in with dirt, and naturally it's gonna make a mud pie. We're gonna make sure we get some of this reed canary grass out of here. We want to break up that root system. The reed canary grass has such a big root system that you want to break that up, and you don't want to put it back in. Some people will just take that and go like that. You don't want to do that. You want to break up the roots of that reed canary grass so it doesn't choke your tree out and it doesn't steal all the nutrients and moisture that should be going into your tree. So we're going to make ourselves a big old mud pie here.
I used to make a lot of mud pies back at our old house.
We'll take as much dirt as we can, and then I've also still got some mulch left over down here in my mulch pile that will mulch this in as well.
It looks like pudding.
So we're going to let that go just like that. And that's this step. We're going to do that with the other one. We'll pan off of the camera right now, but we're going to do that with the other one, and then we're going to show you how we fence them in. And we'll show you a couple other things throughout the farm, and then we'll wrap up today because it's buggy.
It is.
All right, so as you can see, Del's got the camera rolling. I've got the trees in the ground. I got a couple posts in there. I'm gonna have to drive them in there harder a little bit later on. These bugs are killing us. And I forgot the fence post driver. All I had was a hammer. I've got my little cage made out of some old farming fence. I'm gonna go right over top of this apple tree, watching those little limbs. These trees are already in a little bit of a tough shape anyway, so I don't want to break anything else off, expose any of the inside of the tree. We're going to come right down into the mud. We're going to push that in, and then I'm going to take a zip tie and I'm going to actually push the fence post so it's pushing the wire into the ground, and that'll help, especially once that moisture that we dumped in there dries up. That's going to help hold all this down really tight. And I'll come back in with the fence post driver. I'll release the zip tie and drive that in a little bit harder. But for now, at least we know when we leave today, our trees will be safe. And the last step will be, I got to get the other one, and then the last step will be mulching it in. So we'll cut off of it and then we'll get right back with you. Okay, so we're getting number 2 wrapped up here. Again, I'm going to push that fence post ahead towards the tree. We're going to zip tie it. And then I want to give you guys, we'll keep the camera rolling. Delana will bring it over and we'll finish this up. But I want to give you guys an update on the clover and coming back. It looks like I'm going to have to mow probably one more time as far as slowing the weeds down. I'm hopeful. We've got a lot of rain coming this week, which can normally be good, But down here in the river bottom, I got to watch that river, and the river's already up a little bit from the couple rains we've had. So as good as the clover's starting to come back in, I'm worried that we could end up with another flood. So Delana, follow along with me. We're on the south end of the food plots right now. And while there's still a little bit of weeds in there, Delana's paying up along here over by that trail camera. And that's our clover coming back strong. That's removed from a few weeks of, that was like 2 weeks ago that I mowed. It's all looking really good. Like I said, I got a little bit of broadleaf in there to get rid of, and we're gonna get this back in shape. So I'll go ahead and take the camera from you, Dale, and we'll flip it back. So Delana, get on in here. You can see behind us, there's those chestnut trees that we planted a few weeks ago. Chinese chestnut, they're doing good. They got a little dry, but we've got some rain on them now, and everything's looking good. So we're going to wrap this up today. I was going to show you the pumpkins, but it's so bad down here. We're going to check over the pumpkins and fix a couple trail cameras, but we're going to wrap this up today for Father's Day edition. Right, Del?
Yep.
Give me a smile, even though the bugs are all...
They went in my ear.
All right, Delana, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And Delana, until next time...
get outdoors.
See ya.